If you're an American, you learned about the Pilgrims in school, the separatists who fled religious persecution in England to put down roots in the New World. But what you might not know is that they first fled to Leiden in the Netherlands, joining the community and the guilds, and they took up residence here for 11 years. When they departed the Netherlands in 1620, most of the original 300 pilgrims chose to remain here, becoming integrated into Dutch society.
We are standing where the Pilgrims originally came to Leiden when they left England due to religious persecution. King James I was just starting his reign, and because the Netherlands was so open as far as their religious tolerance, they came to Leiden, and this is where they came in.
Right over there, I believe.
This area, and they stayed to 1620, but this is where they originally came in to Leiden.
Yeah, and there's the old way house right there behind you.
Yep.
They would unload all of the shipments from Haarlem and Amsterdam right here,
Yeah.
and then the way house was right there.
Yeah. Original structure. It's still beautiful.
So this is the Stadhuis, or City Hall in Leiden. And this is where the American Pilgrims went to register their marriages and births. Unlike in England where you registered with the church, here they had a separation of church and state. And the American Pilgrims liked it so much, they brought this practice with them to the New World. And that's why we have a separation of church and state now in the United States of America. It all started here.
So this house here was the house of John Quincy Adams, who is the son of John Adams, who was the second president of the United States. John Adams was a descendant of the Pilgrims, and he brought his son here, and he attended Leiden University.
Yeah, he was fluent in Dutch too.
Yeah, he was fluent in Dutch, and he became the sixth president of the United States. So this is the house where he lived while he was a student at Leiden University.
And John Adams used to visit quite a bit when he was the ambassador too.
Amazing what these structures are. They look so good. They're very well kept up.
William Brewster, a senior elder of the Separatist Church, ran a secret printing press in Leiden, where he published books critical of the Church of England. It led to a manhunt by King James, but educated at Leiden University, Brewster was offered certain protections from English prosecution. Ultimately, he went into hiding before joining the Pilgrims on the Mayflower. His original house, you come all the way down here, the far right house, the change in the bricks. This is all that's left of his house because of expansion. But the discolored bricks here is part of the remaining wall of William Brewster's original house. His printing press was at his home. And these houses here were built into the side of the Pieterskerk. A lot of them were administrative buildings and so forth. Now they're private residences. John Robinson was the leader of the Separatists. His home, located directly across from the Pieterskerk, was the site of their services and would later include 21 homes built around the back garden to accommodate less affluent members. This is what the almshouse courtyards looked like. They were throughout Leiden. There were several pilgrims who would have lived in almshouses that looked like these, surrounding an internal courtyard. We know that there were several who lived in almshouses. Not this one specifically. This one's built in the footprint of John Robinson's old house. So this Pilgrims predated. We go from his house to a plaque on the wall of the Pieterskerk that commemorates him and the Pilgrim Fathers. The Pieterskerk, which is St. Peter's Church, that was decommissioned in the late 20th century. It was a Catholic church built in the 14th century. It then became a Dutch Reformist church during the Reformation, and then was decommissioned due to lack of attendance in the 20th century. Now they have events here, but they do have a service honoring the American Pilgrims every Thanksgiving Day. Coffee. They also have a lot of Burgundian food here. Got nice cheese toasties, great vegetarian and vegan stuff too. You warming up now?
Oh, yeah.
No?
It's freezing out there.
Hello there. Today, the Pieterskerk features an exhibition about the Pilgrims. 9 U.S. presidents are direct descendants of the Pilgrims, including Barack Obama and George W. Bush, who shared the same ancestor. Robinson would remain in Leiden while others moved on to North America. When he died, he was laid to rest in an unmarked crypt inside the Pieterskerk. A copy of the Mayflower Compact is also on display, representing the first rule of law drafted by the Pilgrims and shaped in part by Dutch governance. And what I love is that where the high altar was is now a bar. The American Pilgrim Museum shares an entrance with the Pieterskerk. The ground floor is set up to resemble the close quarters the Pilgrims would have lived under, with the first floor offering additional exhibition space and artifacts, including donations from Native American tribes. The idea of the first Thanksgiving was influenced by the commemorated Relief of Leiden, celebrated every year in the city on the 3rd of October. In the U.S., Thanksgiving is celebrated on the 4th Thursday in November, also commemorated as a day of mourning for Native Americans. So it's from this jetty here where the Pilgrims departed Leiden, never to return, with all their belongings. This is where they began their departure from the Netherlands. Statue's called Farewell. The congregation was separated when 41 pilgrims left to move to North America. Traveling by barge down to Delfshaven, now in modern-day Rotterdam, they would depart on the Speedwell to meet up with the Mayflower in England. Today, Delfshaven has the Pilgrim Fathers Church, as well as the Pilgrim Brewery, where you can enjoy brews named after pilgrims in the old 17th century town hall, a building which was present during the Pilgrims' departure. And we think this is the perfect way to end a day on the pilgrim route in the Netherlands.